Hey guys, it's Dom and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a June 2020 budget with me. So if you're interested in seeing how I'm going to be planning out my finances for the next month, then just keep watching. All right, y'all, so let's get into this. So, oh man, this is not even starting off great. So yeah, I am really excited to be doing my June budget. My May budget was the first one that I did that I was completely out of debt. So I had a lot of money left over after my expenses to put towards different saving goals, which was really exciting. And yeah, I'm excited to be doing the same thing this month, hopefully. And I know that I didn't do my May budget on camera, so I wasn't planning on like really doing any sort of updates or anything with that. But if you guys are interested in kind of seeing how my May budget ended up, what the outcome of that was, just let me know and I can do that, make a video of that for you guys. So, one thing I will note with my income is I was going to do this video and kind of like, write down what I expect my take home pay to be. But honestly, I feel a little bit uncomfortable doing that. I was kind of rationalizing it to myself, and I kind of just realized that, if I was just disclosing my salary to, strangers on the internet, that actually wouldn't really bother me. But the fact that I don't really know who is actually going to watch this video, and there could be like family and close friends who watch this, and I don't know, that makes me a little bit nervous of like people close to me knowing my salary. So I am going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm not going to put my actual numbers for what I project my monthly income to be. But I will say this, I do essentially do a zero-based budget. So you'll see in a little bit, but I'm gonna write out all my expenses and what I project them to be and the total of all that. And then after I subtract that from what my income will be, the rest of the money gets allocated between my savings and like sinking funds, which you'll see over on this side. So even though I'm not gonna write it out here, I mean, if you know how to add, so I'll just leave it at that. Also too, I mean, I'm a software engineer and I work in the Austin, Texas area. So I don't know, if you do some like Google searching, you'll probably find an average in this area, and that's probably close to what I make. So moving on. Okay, so income, there's, a place for salary and like extra, just in case I have any extra paychecks, which I don't get an extra paycheck for June. So that's gonna be zero. Also, I guess for any like gifts, or at my job, we are able to take advantage of different reimbursements. So there's like a wellness reimbursement for like gym memberships. You can use it for like massages and stuff like that. So I would probably add that as extra. There's also a travel reimbursement, which we're not going to be doing any of that probably for like the next year. So that'll just be zero. And then, we can just do a little total. So cool. And then let's just go ahead and put my expenses down. Ooh, excuse me. So last month I did really good with expenses. I do try to, there's a couple of expenses that I know exactly how much they should be each month. So I just write down exactly what I think it's gonna be. Some of them, like my rent and like you'll see electric, I do project a little bit more for that just because with my rent, my water is included with that. So it could fluctuate a bit. So let's go ahead and get that stuff down. So for rent, that'll be first, and then we'll do electric. It's probably not even necessary for me to estimate as high as I do for my electric, especially now during the spring and summer, because honestly, I don't I don't turn on my AC ever. Like I just have fans running. And yeah, it keeps my expenses down quite a bit. So I'm happy about that. This is kind of like a weird line item, but at my apartment complex, we they don't provide a washer and dryer, so you either have to buy your own or you can rent it from this rental company that they push on you. And I just decided to rent mine, so that's why there's a washer and dryer. And then I'll do my auto and property. That was a little bit lower than I expected last month as well, just because apparently a lot of auto places or a lot of auto insurance companies are doing this, but they are like giving a discount on your monthly premium. So that's pretty cool. I got a discount from that yesterday, last month. And Netflix. Smeel, this is like another like subscription, but it's like an app I subscribe to, and it's like a karaoke app. I'm really big on singing, so that is very much necessary for my mental, especially in this time when there's not really much to do. And we'll do Apple. This is just a little, I guess I pay like 99 cents a month for like a little bit of extra storage. So let's go ahead and do our All right, so I'm going to put what I'm going to be estimating for these expenses. And I'm just going to put 0 for this. So for my rent I usually budget $14.65. I'm gonna continue to budget $14.65. My last budget I did $14.75 just because my lease was actually up at the end of April, and so I re-signed for another lease in May. And luckily, because of the times that we're in right now, they were offering this special where you could renew for the exact same rent that you're paying now, which is really awesome because typically they, go up a couple $100 sometimes when you renew. And it was really cool too because I renewed for a shorter lease, which is typically like a lot more expensive. So the only reason why I budgeted for $14.75 last budget was because apparently they were supposed to be implementing this new pet rent for $10 a month, but I didn't get charged an extra $10 a month last month, so we're just gonna keep that between me and you. So we'll keep that at $14.65. For electric, I will just budget $80. My electricity bill last month was like $59, was like $60. So hopefully that'll come in under. Internet, I know exactly how much that is, so we're gonna budget that, and that is $63.08. Wash and dryer is always $42.20. Auto and property, it is usually $88.37. Last month it was like somewhere close to 60 because of the discount, so that's awesome. Netflix is always $14.06. Smule is $21.64. It's crazy that that's actually more than Netflix. And I don't even watch Netflix that much, but me and my boyfriend, he pays for Hulu and I pay for Netflix, which I watch more Hulu than I do Netflix. He watches more Netflix, I think, than Hulu. So it's kind of interesting how we have that set up. Smule, honestly, soon I'm probably going to switch to like the yearly subscription, which is $99. That'll be a lot more expensive or a lot less expensive than paying $21.64 each month. And then for Apple, it's just 99 cents. So I'm just gonna put that there. So that'll be it for expenses. And oh, also let's go ahead and put unbudgeted. Um, I do suspect that I will have some unbudgeted, well, I know I will have some unbudgeted expenses for June because June is my mother's birthday month and also there's Father's Day. So yeah, I'm gonna just put 0 for right now because I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna spend on those things next month. And last but not least, the last thing that I like to do is I like to budget for a buffer. And this is just in case I ever come over, any of this stuff here. I want to make sure that I transfer enough money into my savings account, or not savings, but my checking account to cover any overages that might occur. So I like to budget $50 for that. And I know that came in handy last month because I didn't budget for Mother's Day gifts, and so that came in handy. So that'll be it for that. Let's go ahead and put the total for this. And let me do some math real quick. Okay, so this total came out to be 1825.35. So cool. So this will be the amount of money. I typically do my budget for the next month on the date of my last paycheck for the current month. So technically, I usually do this like next week because that's when I get my second paycheck of May. And it's just easy for me to do that because once I tally up what my budgeted expenses are, I just go ahead and move that amount from that paycheck into my like bills and expenses account. So it'll just be there and ready for any I have most of this stuff on auto pay, so like rent and electricity come directly from like my bank account. All these other things come from a credit card that I pay with my bills account. So once these bills hit my credit card, I just go ahead and pay off my credit card with this money that I move into that account. So it's been working. That setup has been working out for me very well. I've only been doing it for a month now, but it's been working out so far. So I'll let you guys know how that continues to go. Okay, next we're gonna come to this page and we're gonna be setting up my sinking funds. So I used to actually have all these sinking fund line items over underneath expenses, but because I roll them over each month, I just decided to put them on its very own page and just label them as sinking funds. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm trying to decide if I want to put it right here. I'll do it right here. It's cool. It's not that big a deal. So sinking funds. All right. And so the sinking funds that I have, oh, you know what? I completely, you know what, maybe I'll just put it under sinking funds. I just realized that I don't roll over my groceries, like the money that I allocate for groceries, I don't roll that over. So it shouldn't really be under sinking funds, but I forgot to put it down over here. And you know what? I don't feel like, you know what? Actually, I do feel like it. Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz. All right, had to go get my white out. So let's go ahead and take care of this. All right. So let's add groceries. And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna add groceries here. And then for groceries, I'm gonna just do the same like I did last month, which was $275. All right, cool. So now we can do our total, which just had to add 275. So it will be 2,135. All right, cool. So now we can move on to our sinking funds. So sinking funds that I have right now are household, gas, Soja, which is my little puppy, my allowance, and personal. All right, so for household, that's obviously just stuff like toilet paper, napkins, paper plates, silverware, just, things that I need for like the house. Gas, just gas, which honestly, I don't spend a lot in gas anyways. I live like 2 seconds away from my job. Like if I walked, it would take me like 20 minutes, but my drive, like from getting out of my like apartment complex and like parking, I'm like at my job in like 10 minutes. So, and even now with being in quarantine, I'm working from home completely. So I actually have not filled up my gas tank since the end of February, and I still have like a fourth of a tank left, which honestly it'll probably get me through the rest of, well, it'll definitely get me through the rest of May because I've already done all my grocery shopping for the month. So I really don't need to get back in my car anymore, but I'm gonna go ahead and fill up for June. So the money that I budgeted for June will probably just, I'll just move that over. Soja, obviously anything related to him. I get his treats out of this fund, his food, and just like anything extra. My allowance is obviously just my allowance. Mostly I'll get stuff from like Amazon from this, or if I want to get takeout. And then personal is just like any personal things that I need, like ibuprofen or any like vitamins, or if I need lotion, deodorant, stuff like that. Cool. So we'll do starting and then plus what we're going to be adding if I take anything out, and then our ending. Okay, and before I do that, I'm going to just go ahead and put my savings down as well. So the two things that I have on my radar right now is my emergency fund, and I am going to try and max out my Roth IRA contributions for 2019 since the tax deadline has been extended to July 15th. So I'm going to hurry up and try and do that. That's actually my number one priority. It's actually above my emergency fund. I do not have a fully funded emergency fund yet. I'm aiming for 15 months, and then I'm sorry, 15 months. I'm aiming for 5 months, and then I'm going to probably be rounding out. So kind of what I'm doing right now, because I know I felt kind of weird about trying to save for my 2019 Roth before my emergency fund, especially in these times. But I know that with the Roth IRA, we only have until July 15th. And once that opportunity to, you know, contribute, it's going to be gone after July 15th. So I thought that was really important. What I'm actually going to be doing, which is a little less volatile, but I have my Roth IRA with Fidelity. As soon as you contribute money to your Roth, it actually goes into a money market account before you can, before you allocate your money to like whatever mutual funds or stocks or whatever you want to actually put your money towards. Obviously, the stock market is very like up and down right now, so I could like add like $6,000 and it could be down to like, I don't know, $5,000 tomorrow. Who knows? So the plan is that while I am funding out my emergency fund, I'm going to keep the money that I contributed to my Roth in the money market account. The money market account is, and you can look up what a money market account is, but it's a lot less volatile than like actually putting that money into stocks. So as soon as I'm going to be contributing to it, and then as soon as I'm finished with my emergency fund, which I project to be finished around August or so, maybe September, once that's fully funded, I will go ahead and move the money that's in the money market account towards an index fund. It still counts as a contribution to my 2019 Roth, which is what I want, but I don't want the money to be like lost, you know, due to how volatile the market is right now. So yeah, that's probably the safest place to put it. So that, and then my E fund. All right, so let's see. I'm actually, so because I'm not finished with my I'm not finished with my May budget, I'm actually going to not do any of this. I'm not going to put in my start balance because I'm actually not completely sure. I know that some of these things will be rolling over. It's not going to be rolling over by much, but I know I do have a little bit of rollover, especially with gas. I think actually the entire gas will be rolled over. So matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and put that down now. So we're gonna leave the start, but what I will do is, I'm trying to decide if I want to do my total because I do know how much I want to contribute to all of these things. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a total. So we'll do a total for adding. So for household, I add 50. For gas, I'm gonna add 0 this month for the month of June because I'm gonna fill up with the money that rolled over from May. Soja, we will be adding 50. Actually, sorry. Soja does not get 50. Ew, I don't like that. Soja gets 40. My allowance is gonna be 50. It was 75 last month, but I don't need 75. I don't need to be spending like that. We're in quarantine. I should be taking this opportunity to spend as little as possible. So I'm just gonna give myself $50. And then personal, I'm gonna give myself $50 for that. Okay, so for my Roth, I gotta do a little bit of addition real quick. All right, so for my Roth, I think for this month, my goal is gonna be to contribute $24.95.97. And then for my emergency fund, I am still going to save for the way that my paychecks are set up. I already have a certain amount that gets taken out each paycheck and goes towards my emergency fund. I thought about changing that so that I could get the full amount in my checking account and just put all of it towards my Roth. But I think I'm still gonna just let that money go to my savings account. and just still be saving a little bit towards my emergency fund so that when I'm finished with this, which I should be finished funding this by like the first week of July, um, I will already have like a good head start on my emergency fund. So I am planning on contributing 63408 towards my emergency fund this month or for June. So let's add all of that up. Total for that will be $3,320.05. So I think that's going to be it for today's budget. So that is all the numbers that I'm projecting for next month. Those are my goals. Hopefully I can stick to it, especially like these savings. These are obviously very ambitious and it should work out. Hopefully, like I said, I do have some unbudgeted expenses for Father's Day and my mom's birthday, which I don't know how much I'm gonna spend on that. I'm thinking everything will be okay. Last month, like I said, I had unbudgeted expenses for Mother's Day, and because of like my buffer that I have in my checking account, plus I came in under on some of my fixed expenses. Even though I think I spent like $85 between both my stepmom and my mom for Mother's Day gifts. I'm still projected to be in the positive for my June or for my May budget. So I'm thinking the same thing. It'll be the same case for my June budget because I will have some rollover in my account. I still plan for my buffer each month, and then I should be coming underneath in some of this stuff too. So I think it'll all work out. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Like I said before, if you guys will be interested in me doing a little bit of a recap on my May budget, because let me see, I'll go to it. I haven't like put in all of my actual stuff, and I will decorate this, but I didn't want to do it on camera because I'm very clumsy with the washi, and you would just be very frustrated watching me trying to work all that stuff out. So I'm gonna decorate it off camera. But if you guys would be interested in me updating you guys on how my May budget turned out, let me know and I can make a video on that as well. But as for this video, that's gonna be it for today. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you enjoy these types of videos. If there's anything, I don't know, you noticed in the budget that you'd like to comment on, just let me know. Let's start a discussion in the comment section. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.